Actually, I think we're capped at 120 FPS. Next up, let's try Apex Legends, a little bit more of a modern title, which while not massively demanding, I think is probably a pretty good match for this system. So, video, yeah, 720p. How about 1080? Thank you. Even though this is not the most
worked
powerful
here
GPU
as a
in the world,
driller, and
we
he
paid
always smelled of
$1,000
fuel
for
oil.
the game PC.
I was afraid of him and hoped that one day
We're the
he wouldn't come
champion
back
squad.
from work.
Oh no, why am I in the
He
champion
drank a lot
squad?
and often beat my mother and me,
So,
but that's in the
before we
past.
drop, we're looking at about 100 FPS. I will say that if we can keep this performance up as we actually like jump around,
Oh, I'm still scared of
will
him.
be quite content. So even here down on the ground, the lowest I'm seeing is it's dipping to about 100 FPS. So next up we're gonna do GTA 5, which is admittedly quite an old game, but still a game that can be somewhat taxing when you crank everything up. All right, so GTA 5, we've got DX11. I'm gonna basically just crank this up because there's no reason why I wouldn't. Yeah, wow! Look at that, we're dipping down 35, 34, 31. Let's take a look at our settings in Warzone. So I'm gonna try quality, full screen, yada, yada, yada. So Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone are new enough that they should be really well optimized. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, dropping in, we're above 60 FPS, which is definitely a good sign. First impressions, I think we actually might be good here. I'm looking at solid 70, 80 FPS. So. Oh no! 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 Don't fall! Don't fall! No! He's above me! How did I look? How many times? What? There's like 7 shots in the back, man. Next, let's try Cyberpunk, which is going to be the most demanding game, or one of the most demanding games, period. Certainly the most demanding game that we've tried. Now, the thing with Cyberpunk is, this is a game that should have been optimized for the RGBs, but also it's a game that can actually manage some really hard-specific features. So, technically, while I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, this GPU does support ray tracing. So, oh my god, quick preset, Ray Tracing Ultra. I mean, it did default to Ray Tracing Ultra. Like, I'm not gonna do that, right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. All right, it thinks we can do Ray Tracing Ultra. No, you know what we're gonna do? Let's do Ray Tracing Low. I think if we could do Ray Tracing Low, I'd be very happy. Texture quality high. We do have Intel XeSS, much like DLSS and sort of like a Fidelity FX, is Intel's upscaling method where it's going to work together with the game to run it at a lower resolution and upscale it in a way that will keep the image quality clean. When it works well, it's a slight hit to your image quality, but a fairly substantial improvement to your performance. So on, high, on. I am surprised. Cyberpunk, we're on like high, ultra, almost everything. There's a couple settings we're not like on extreme, and ray tracing again is on low, which I think is probably the right move. I don't think this is gonna work. I think that this is too ambitious, but let's give it a try. With ray tracing on, I think we're gonna be like 30 FPS. Oh!
Is there anyone not chasing us?
Go, 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 go!
Ethan, this mission is gonna cost you dearly.
Hang on!
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, rated PG-13.
Introducing new sweet chili lime sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
70 FPS? Yo! So even as we run through it, I'm not seeing anything below 60. And keep in mind, 1080p, pretty much high and ultra settings across the board, the defaults. The only thing I did was I turned the ray tracing down to low, which even a little bit of ray tracing can make a pretty big difference. That is impressive. And you look at this compared to something like GTA 5, this is so much more visually impressive. This, I think, is probably the best example of the theoretical performance of this GPU, because let's not forget, this Intel GPU, it is a big physical chip. And if it has the proper optimization, you should expect some seriously solid performance well above the $250 price point. That is terrific. I'm legitimately impressed. This is the best demo we've done so far. Like, if this is what these ARC GPUs are actually capable of, like, we're barely touching 60 FPS in some of the more demanding scenes. With ray tracing enabled, man, last time I tried ray tracing on a slightly lower end card, I was getting like 6 FPS. Mind you, it was significantly lower card, but average FPS 71, minimum 50, that is freaking awesome. Buying an Intel GPU and going for an all Intel system is a little bit of a gamble, right? Because you are betting that Intel will
don't look up. We need to get to the top.
So far,
This fucking game fucking sucks! This fucking game is terrible! Get me the fuck off this game! Never playing this shit fucking game again! It's terrible! I hate this game!